We have some major updates of mixed martial arts. Starting with the news, Caio Borralho calls out the Dricus du Plessis. Recently, after winning a fight night against Jared Cannonier, Borralho called out DDP.
You just beat Jared Cannonier, there's a good possibility, and I think it will be top 5. Let's finish on this. Who do you want next?
You know who I want next. I've been calling you out 2 times already. You already beat, huh? You already beat Adesanya. You already beat all these guys. So Dricus du Plessis, get your over here, or South Africa, and the fighting net are coming for you, boy!
Sean O'Malley shuts down Dana White and confirms Islam is the best fighter in the UFC right now.
Greatest fighter right now, probably Islam. Yeah, probably Islam.
Do you agree with how much Dana's been praising Jon Jones?
I mean, Jon Jones is up there. I was just, you picture right now and you kind of go back 4 or 5 years and so I think Jon's fought once in the last 4 or 5 years. Jon Jones is up there of greatest of all time, but right now, who's the greatest? Like, who's been active the last 4 years or whatever? I think it's Islam, but Jon Jones is always going to be in the conversation.
Jiri Prochazka is considering dropping down to middleweight. Just before UFC 305, where most of you guys know Adesanya faced DDP. A clip of Jiri Prochazka discussing this came out. He made it clear that if Adesanya wins, he'll probably stay in light heavyweight, but if du Plessis wins, Jiri's ready to drop down to middleweight and go after that title. In a video posted on his YouTube channel, Jiri said, "I've been thinking that if Adesanya wins, I'll stay in the light heavyweight division, but if du Plessis wins, I'll move down to follow him. I'll sort things out there and go for the belt. However, I feel good and strong in the light heavyweight division, even though the fighters there are a bit heavier." Chael Sonnen has some words for Shavkat Rakhmonov.
This guy is 18-0, of which he has not only lost to none of them, he has finished all of them. It's an unbelievable thing. And the all-time record we've ever seen in MMA is by Khabib. That was 29-0, but we do start to realize, wow, that is a big number. The final analysis does not equal world title fight. How on earth could we have a guy with a better record than Jon Jones, and he's not at a minimum closing out shows? I think Kamaru Usman goes right in to Muhammad, and I could even bring resumes into it. And when Rakhmonov stuck up for himself, he too has done the math, and the math isn't just looking at the rankings. He's done the equation to find out it is down to him versus Usman. Whoever wins this battle, this debate, will be the one that goes into the world title fight. Belal Muhammad's first title defense. Would you rather see him against Kamaru Usman or Shavkat Rakhmonov?
Seems like Kamaru Usman is very impressed by Shara Bullet. Recently, on the Pound for Pound podcast, Kamaru Usman had some words about it. See what he said.
We've got our one-eyed just monster. This kid is unbelievable. Well, not kid, grown man. He's 30 years old. His striking is dynamic in the way that he's able to keep you at range and land his strike.
There's a flaw with him, bro. Him being Russian and whatnot and not having a little bit of that grappling. I'm not a fan of his look. Yeah, apparently he's into some movies. He reminds me of Lee Schneider from all those movies with Adam Sandler. Is he really well-rounded? If I'm him, I'd be reaching out to Khabib, especially because he's a countryman.
One thing that I like about him, he's able to get back up. He was able to get back up and he was able to continue the striking.
Arman Tsarukyan thinks he could be fighting Islam in December here in the US. If Islam can't get back in the octagon before spring, Arman's up for taking a fight for the interim title, maybe against Dan Hooker.
Есть какие-то временные рамки, вот твоим ощущениям, когда этот бой с Исламом состоится и состоится ли он?
Ну, он должен был состояться в октябре, но сейчас перенесли его. Разговоры ведут в декабре.
То есть в декабре этот бой может состояться с Исламом. А если все-таки случится так, что Ислам не сможет восстановиться до этого времени, будет ли бой за временный пояс?
Я думаю, что смотря когда он вернется, если он там, допустим, ему нужна будет операция, и он там понимает, что он вернется только весной, тогда я думаю, что ведут временный пояс.
Khabib recently shared his thoughts on never having faced Tony Ferguson. Khabib reveals he was disappointed that the matchup never happened, but expressed his belief that he would have easily won. Khabib explained that Ferguson's lack of wrestling and grappling skills would have made it very difficult for him to handle Khabib's fighting style. According to Khabib, the only way Tony could have beaten him would have been through a lucky punch. In a recent talk with Inspire Me podcast, Khabib compared this situation to his past opponents like Conor McGregor and Dustin. He noted that similarly, people had speculated those fighters' only chance of defeating him was by landing a lucky punch.
How do you feel about not getting that opportunity to fight Tony Ferguson during your career in the UFC?
I feel a little bit sad, but same time, I always understand, like, my game, it's worse for him. You know, he don't have wrestling, he don't have grappling. What he gonna do with me? How he gonna stop me? You know, only chance how he can stop me, it was like only lucky punch. Like with everybody, like with Conor, with Poirier, with Justin Gaethje. Everybody talk about like, oh, they can stop him if Khabib gonna get lucky punch. But other stuff, how he gonna stop me?
Sean O'Malley's coach Tim Welch believes the bantamweight title fight between Sean and Merab won't make it to the judges. He said, "I'd be really surprised if Merab can make it to the decision. Sean's a sniper and he's also quite a bit taller with a reach advantage. I don't think this fight will go the distance. I see Sean getting a knockout."
What's the likelihood of this fight, in your opinion, going to a decision?
I would be very impressed if Merab was able to make this fight go to decision. I would, because Sean, like I said, is a sniper, and Sean is quite a bit taller than him, and Sean can punch a lot farther away than he's going to be. And all these guys he's fighting are orthodox strikers who stand there flat-footed Muay Thai style, so it's easy to get on their legs. Sean is more side to side, moving, switching southpaw, switching orthodox, backing up. He can knock people out backing up, which not many people can do in the UFC, and he's a 135er that can do it. So I think it's I don't think it's going to go to the distance. I think Sean's going to knock him out.
What kind of...
Sean Strickland revealed Megan Fox sent him a f***ed up DMs after he made fun of her and Machine Gun Kelly.
Megan Fox DM'd me. I was like, oh, famous level.
Yeah?
Nah, it wasn't that kind of DM. She was, bro, I'm a fan of Megan. How many times have
Who's not a fan of
Hey, yo, Megan, how many times have I stopped you in Transformers when I was a kid? I was all day long, dude. I had some road rash with Megan Fox. Oh, yeah, dude. So she hit me up, and I got a woman. I'd never do anything wrong. So she hit me up, and I was like, fame level reach, and the message was actually really kind of fucked up. It was kind of fucked up. It was more of like, hey, you know what? My kids get bullied, and like I get bullied online because you said they're tranny, and like they're not trans. Like they want to dress like rock stars, and I'm just like, sorry, Megan. I'll shut the up about it, dude. I'm like, but you still drink blood and shit. Like, you still do a lot of weird shit, Megan.
You don't want
I
kids
shouldn't
to
make
be-
fun of your kids, dude.
Sure.
I get it. But it was more
Right.
MGK, bro. This motherfucker, dude. We're at these fights, and you gotta know these slap fights, dude. They're all just influential offs.
Right.
Like, and he introduced me, dude. He's wearing like a Empire trench coat, has a purse, painted nails. Why would you do this?
Yes.
Why would you set me up? Like, my brain is so, like, I'm trying to process. I'm looking into the void, and I just think I just said, like, what the like, are you a gay vampire? Dude, he looked at me with such disgust that I was like, there's a little voice in my head said, we're fighting.
Yeah.
And then my girl got involved and broke us up.